If you're a rapper and you're trying to get more listeners, you need good album covers like this one, which you can make from your iPhone picture. Let me show you how I made this one. Alright, so he sent me this picture to start off with. You know, smooth YN vibe with the Hellstar on, with the Marnie slippers. Pink, by the way. I cut out the background and fixed the angle of the picture. And then he wanted his neighborhood in the background, so I hit Google Earth and got a little screenshot. I threw him on the sidewalk and then cropped the image to my liking. And then I used the stamp tool to get rid of the unnecessary stuff on the sign. Who put the extra S? And then I turned everything black and white. On the background, I turned up the clarity and the texture. And to bring back some color, I got the color of his slippers and his t-shirt and then started drawing out the windows. I put the blender mode on vivid light, and then I used the bigger brush to make a new layer over the old one to give it a glow effect. I cleaned it up a little bit and then made a hard highlight around the edge of the sign and a soft highlight under it as well. I did the same thing to him, and I also did the same thing to the roof in the corner. And then I needed to make a shadow of him, so I duplicated him, turned him upside down, made him all the way black, added some Gaussian blur, and then turned the opacity down. And now we got this nice little shadow. I made some more shadows on the bottom of his body to blend him in better. Then I drew back in just the pink of his t-shirt. I did the same thing with the shoes and then finished up the shirt. Then I felt like the ground was like low-key blinding me, so I darkened it by drawing on a bunch of black and then turned the blender mode to overlay. I brightened up the sign to make it stand out a little bit more. Then I darkened the roof and the sky, then added some little shadows around his pants and the sidewalk and the roof. I added some fog around the image to give it some texture, and then darkened the fog and threw some shadows over it. I typed out the title name, which is Hood Star, and then added some beveling and embossed to make it look like it was coming at the ground. So then I had to throw some highlights on that as well. Then I merged everything. I turned up the clarity and the texture, and then made an S curve to bring the blacks down and the highlights up. I played with the color wheels until I got what I liked, and then opened up filter gallery and then added some diffuse glow and then added some grain. I threw on that parental advisory and then typed out his name, then finished it with a couple more shadows, and that was it. If you want me to make your album cover, just DM me or go to kscoop.net. Right now they are $69.99.